Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the month of November for your forecast readings. I am Ari Nicole, and this channel is Midwest Medium. Each month, I put out different readings, and so if you don't see your star sign in this video, just look around on my page, and you will definitely find your star sign there. So the format is I just lay out 4 cards, and we talk about what your forecast is for the month at hand, and then don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe so that way you can be updated next month on your readings. I would also like to pull some special attention to this month's sponsor, which is Those Blasted Things out of Laverne, Minnesota. They provided me today with this lovely citrine rock. Citrine is actually the stone for November. So be sure to stop down by their shop and check out their crystals and all their little fun little things that they have down there. I buy all of my crystals from Those Blasted Things. They are great to work with. Absolutely love them. So with that, we'll get on to the readings. So recently, I've been kind of encountering a lot of people saying like, oh, they want to manifest things and that they really want to make sure that they make a lot of money or that they get the job that they want. Things aren't working out so well. Why haven't the things that I've been wanting, is manifesting for me? And there's actually somebody who thought that they were getting signs from spirit that they should move on, basically quit their job. And then they just expected that the universe was going to just drop the new job into their lap without having a plan in place. And I've been seeing this progression for this individual for the last, couple of months. And I'd seen them, talk about wanting to leave their job, thinking that this is a sign from the universe because and only because that their job was shitty, that they were being treated awful by their boss, weren't getting paid what they deserved, and that was the universe's way of telling them that it's time to move on and that they should make that move now rather than later. And so it kind of really disturbed me because first of all, the really important thing to know is that the universe isn't magic. Like, yes, the universe is magical and the universe can do magical things, but things aren't going to happen for you at the snap of a finger. If I say I want a new and wonderful job, I visualize for myself a new and wonderful job right now. That doesn't mean that the universe is just going to plop a new job in my lap. That's not how it works. The universe takes your order and says, new job, right? Okay. Well, let's see here. Okay, well, let's put some wheels in motion and see what we can do. And so then over the next, it could be days, it could be weeks, it could be months, it could be years. And you're going to have to stay at that current spot where you're at because there's a lesson to be learned. So you can't just rip out the rug underneath yourself and quit your job because it sucks and you think the universe is telling you it's time to move on. You actually need to stay there and suffer for a little bit until you can create your next opportunity. We hear all the time in the holistic community about how someone was, they started following, they created this practice where they're basically healing, I don't know, we'll say like crickets, right? Something goofy. So they started this whole, healing practice of healing crickets. And then, but they're also working a day job. And then eventually, the day job starts to suck more and more and more, but their cricket business starts to really pick up. So that's a sign from spirit that, yes, it's time to move on. It's time to cut your ties with your traditional job and move into your next job. And then that's when all the opportunities start coming along, which you get more clients, you get paid better for what you're doing. You can actually make a sustainable living off of it. We hear these stories constantly. If you haven't heard these stories before, look up stories on like manifestation, new job. You'll definitely hear a lot of success stories about this. But what I think a lot of people get very impatient about, because in our day and age, we're very used to, I want food, I'm going to get food. Food's right here. We get things just so immediately that we forget that the universe doesn't work on our time. The universe works on its own time. And so when you put a request out to the universe and you say, I want a new job, I need a new job, this is why I need to move out of this job, the universe takes that in and says, okay, I will give that to you, but it's going to take some time. And so doing your crystal grids and doing your manifestation prayers and constantly asking for it reassures the universe that you want this new job. But what you can't do is like I said, rip the rug out from underneath yourself to basically strong arm the universe into forcing it to give you what you want. That's not how it works. If you do that, the universe is going to be like, ooh, sorry, I guess you're not ready for it. And they're going to put it on the back burner because you haven't learned the lesson. So the important thing is that yes, things are going to suck right now, but you need to suffer for a little while because there's a lesson to be learned. And it's only until you suffer and only until you've seen that lesson will the universe finally say like, oh, yes, they're ready. Here it is. Here's the thing that you asked for. You're ready for it. Thank you so much for being patient. And here is your reward. And that's essentially how manifestation really works in full circle. So if you have more questions about it, definitely hit me up on my Facebook page, send me a message, we can interact. I can help you figure out more manifestation things. But other than that, on to the readings. This reading is for Sagittarius for November 2018. I'm just going to give the cards a couple shuffles and we'll see what's going on. Got a new deck this month. This is the Psychic Tarot Oracle card deck. Oracle cards are a little bit different than tarot. Tarot actually has 65 cards in it, and they kind of follow the same type of suit and the same type of symbols and stuff. Whereas Oracle cards, they're more symbolic than they are, than tarot is. I'm actually going to be learning a little bit more about tarot in the next couple of days. I'm really excited about that because tarot really kind of intimidates me. But this deck is just more signs and symbols. There's a little bit more information in regards to like everything else on the card, like the color or the number, but I'm just sticking to just the symbols. So, all right, I'll do one more and then we'll call it good. So. Okay. That card again. Okay, so this month is November, and a lot of people are getting a lot of really good hits on basically everything that you're working on is kind of coming to fruition. You're getting a lot of attention for the things that you've been working on, and it's kind of like a job well done. That's kind of the sense that I'm getting for the month of November. So this card is actually, Libra actually had this card, so let me just pull up, I'm just going to read the meaning of it, but it's about facing yourself and facing the darker side of yourself because there's some transformation that needs to happen in the month of November, and you're not going to go through transformation if you don't go through the hard stuff first to get to the good stuff. Basically, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Like you can't, yeah, you get it. So let's just look this up here. Here we go. Because I feel like this, if I read the description, just gives a better meaning for the card. So it says, this card represents emotions, sensitivity, and a reminder that nothing in life is at a standstill. This is a world of constant flux, and one thing is certain, everything changes. This card is calling you to action. The time is now when you might have to face your worst fears and look into the dark shadows of your soul. It's a lot of self-development for this month of November. You must learn to confront what you've avoided and walk courageously through it. Always know that life naturally revitalizes itself. As it does, so do you. The shadow card promises that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Recognize that by no longer denying your past and letting the tears fall, you'll discover the diamonds in the treasure chest of your soul. This is a cleansing process to wash away and clear out what was once avoided, ignored, or pushed aside. This card indicates that this is a time when your psychic sensitivity may be quite intense. Learn to open up if you need to. Learn to open up to it, or if need be, to turn it down. Your body is one big psychic antenna, so just remember that you're in control of how high or low you want the reception to be. Mother Earth can assist you in this period of change, sensitivity, and healing. I feel like this, like you're really facing yourself in this card. Excuse me. You're facing yourself in this card, and you're having to kind of come to terms with who you really are, the challenges that you really need to face. And now it's time to kind of figure out how do you fix it? How do you get through it? And so that's what this card is bringing attention to. This says recognition. Hang on, let me just make sure this thing. recognition and reward. I feel like there are some things that you've been doing for other people, and that you really want to have the spotlight on you for the things that you've been doing. And sometimes it's not so much about getting that recognition to receive the reward, because the reward is in the deed. And I feel like this is something that you really need to realize. I think that in the past you've been feeling very bitter, or very kind of like pushed aside, that people aren't recognizing the things that you're doing. And if you're doing things for the recognition, then you're not doing it for the right reasons. And that's what this card is calling it. Basically, it's calling you out. So refocus your intentions on why you're doing things for other people, and understand that you are doing it for the other person, but you're not doing it, but you need to do it for the person, but don't do it for their recognition or for their approval. So that's what this card is calling attention to. This card right here says fulfillment of wishes. So that November is, for a lot of people, about having everything that you're working for coming to fruition. And so the things that you're really working hard on, you're going to see a lot of movement, and things are going to start really happening for you in a positive way. So this is all about, but you have to have been working on it. If you're not working on it, then this isn't going to happen for you. So you'll understand. I think this is a little bit more, for some of you, it's more about relationships kind of happening. This is also about the things that you've been really working hard on. Now, if you're just been sitting every day saying, oh, I want $1,000, I want $1,000, and that's not coming to you, it's because you didn't work on it first. So make sure that you're working on the things that you want. Like I said earlier, the universe isn't magic. You have to actually work on it. This last card here is harmony. I feel that there's going to be you're going to feel like things are, it's kind of a little bit of both. So it's kind of about your work balance, and also your balance with people that you're close with in relationships, friends, family, loved, people that, like your spouse or your boyfriend, girlfriend. I feel like things are going to feel like it's easy. I feel like communication is going to be easy. There's this harmony, there's this understanding between you and your loved ones that never existed there before, and you're going to kind of notice it. Don't question it, go with it, thank the universe, and move on. Like, that's kind of what this card harmony is kind of telling me. It's just that it's just about accepting it, and just knowing that things are going to be a little bit easier for the month of November. So self-development, don't expect, to get recognition and reward. Just the deed is in itself. You're going to be getting a lot of what you want this month, and also relationships are going to be a little bit easier. So if you have any questions about any of these cards, reach out to me, facebook.com/AriNicoleMedium, and I would be happy to talk to you about these cards a little bit more in depth, or just book a reading with me. Thanks so much, and have a great month, guys. Bye. Well, those are your readings for the month. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of the latest videos that are coming out. And I want to say a special thanks to all of my sponsors, which is Those Blasted Things in Laverne, Minnesota, providing the lovely citrine stone here that you see today. Warwolf Productions, who helps put the videos together. And then also Last Stop Studios, who provides me with this amazing space. You see these colors back here? See how much work that is? It's a lot of work. Looks awesome. I love it. So, anyways, thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you next month. Bye.